So let's move into the world of sci-fi. We had a little show that started back this past week,
Ooh.
and the cooing, squealing noises inside this house was they were there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Jess was extremely happy that Grogu is back.
He is back.
Oh, look at that.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Hey.
the little segment happens like 2 minutes into the episode. I figured your ears were about bursting. Brock,
Oh
I'm
my
sure.
goodness.
Oh, she is
My precious baby.
She was sitting on the couch. She was trying not to be loud, but she's sitting on the couch like this.
It's understandable. It's not hard to love the little guy.
Yep. So Mandalorian season 3 has kicked off. The episode was called The Apostate. And if you haven't seen it yet, we're going to talk about it.
Yep.
You know, it's only 37 minutes.
We're not going to give you a take by take, like a scene by scene or anything like that. But we want to talk about our favorite moments from the episode. For sure.
Yeah.
So, all right. Who wants to start off? Jess, you want to start off? Give us a favorite moment.
My favorite moment? No squeegee. No squeegee. Bad baby.
Babu Frick. Babu Frick was in this as along with some of his other members of his species, which I don't know what they're called.
Anzellans?
Anzellans?
Something.
Did that whole scene to you guys not feel like something out of Men in Black? Like they were the little
guys. What did I say? When we were watching it the first time, I told Jess, I'm like, these guys are like the worms.
Yeah.
From MIB. Yeah.
That was wonderful.
I mean, that was absolutely perfect. That whole scene was magical. I loved it.
Yeah.
It's just to me, this was a really good, way to start the season off. It's just, kind of a little beginner episode getting started here, picking up on Mando's journey. He's in pursuit of how to redeem himself, since he did reveal to the armor that he has removed his helmet, and she said he's a Mandalorian no more. So the only way for redemption is that he must bathe in the waters of Mandalore.
Lake Minnetonka.
Lake Minnetonka.
You must cleanse yourself in the waters.
One of the things I wanted to ask you guys, since we really haven't talked about it since we watched, but Navarro, when they were on Navarro and then Mando's walking through and we're seeing all of the activity, did the whole thing not feel like it was a Disney park?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys?
100%.
Yes.
Like it was like everything was set up, and I was like, it got me thinking. I was like, Disney, if you really are feeling like you want to expand on the Star Wars park, build Navarro. I would go to that any day. That was beautiful. That place is beautiful.
Well, they have announced that they do have a Mandalorian and Grogu in the parks now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
Go ahead, Kevin. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I say, can I have my thoughts? Just my thoughts is the opening sequence. You like I said, everybody's seen it, but I'm going to say it now. I don't. This might be a good or a bad thing, but I am now considering the Mandalorians Florida men. They take on a giant alligator at the beginning of the episode. They're all they're trying to take an alligator down with harpoons and guns, and then you have King Florida man who drives in with his IROC Z Camaro and blows it up. So that's just my analogy of it. I mean,
I like that.
With a muffler hanging off of it. Which one of them was on bath salts, though?
Yeah. But that was my takeaway from it. I was like, that was just the whole episode was fun. Like I said,
that's good.
It was quick, but yeah, I liked it. It's good. It's got me interested from where we're going, and of course, I like how they addressed that. Certain characters no longer there with a good respectful line, I guess. And
Cara Dune's gone.
Yeah.
All right.
She's been reassigned.
Yeah.
Another thing I made these guys cackle on, we were talking about earlier, was there's a scene in here where Mando has a run-in with pirates. He has a run-in with pirates on Navarro, and then he has a run-in with pirates as he's transiting out of the system, and then he runs into a ship, and we actually get to see the pirate captain of this, who I lovingly refer to as Easter egg basket grass beard guy, because his beard looked like Easter egg basket grass. That plastic stuff that you have in Easter egg baskets. that's the first thing I thought of, and I was like, I mean, Brock said he looked like Boss Nass on a bad day. Like what's happening with poor Boss Nass from the Gungans?
It was either
Greg's grandpa.
Bailey's. Drinking Bailey's from his shoe.
He's the guy on bath salts.
It's either Boss Nass or Chet when they turned him into a big giant thing on Weird Science.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we are probably going to see those pirates again.
Yeah,
there's a good chance, especially when they dropped that ship that the pirates were on. That is, I wasn't able to identify it, and I haven't looked it up yet. But that ship is present in Expanded Universe, so I would be surprised if we don't see those pirates again.
Mm-hmm.
and I would just say I enjoyed all the salt that Bo-Katan was throwing at Din.
Oh,
she was throwing so much salt.
heavy
She was
salt.
So
sulking.
much salt.
Oh.
Well, you took my sword.
Yeah.
And then all of my people that were depending on me to get the sword, they left. And now I'm just going to sit in my big castle. Yeah, well, you have the sword. And by the way, you didn't take you're taking your helmet off. I know what you look like. So you just go and just do your thing on your own. And I'm just going to sit here and sulk.
I'm just going to sit on my throne.
She's so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're going to see her more in this. I mean, I fully expect she's going to try at some point to try to betray him and take the sword because she can't do what she wants to do, and she feels like she's been born to do without the sword.
She sits on her salty throne.
Mm-hmm.
She is so salty, man. Yes. I mean, I want this figure. I want the gentle giant of this figure, but on the salty throne.
I mean, she's salty for a good reason. I get it, but
Yeah.
Ooh.
She's. I definitely don't think we'll be seeing her.
No,
a couple of more times before the season's over with, for sure.
Well, the fact that we got to see a Mandalorian. Did you guys all go ooh whenever they said Mandalorian castle?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What the Mandalorians have castles?
Within the last year, we've seen a Sith and a Mandalorian castle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Apparently, it's a big thing to build castles still.
Yeah.
Do Jedis have villas like a Jedi villa?
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. I didn't know if I was going to say anything or anybody else had anything to say. I didn't want to step on anybody.
Well, how were y'all on the edge of your seat when they cranked up IG-11 back up?
That was great. Is that still Taika Waititi doing the voice?
Probably. I don't know for sure though.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell with. It. Yeah, it was that was a little harrowing. And he's like,
the whole
kill the asset. Yeah,
and they threw the baby.
Yeah, got tossed.
Catch the baby.
I was totally surprised at that moment that he didn't just say when that protocol droid just pushed the thing over onto IG-88 or the IG-11 to knock him out. I was like, he didn't just go, that's the guy, that's the droid I want. That droid right there. That droid's the one coming with me.
But Kevin,
it's him. Sorry.
Okay, good. Kevin, that moment was totally made for you though. When he pushes over the bust of Grief Karga onto IG-11 and goes, that's Jews in your head.
Yes.
I thought of you immediately.
I mean, seriously, I was just blown away that he didn't go, that one will do. And then just took his protocol droid from him.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, honestly, protocol droids have had a really important role in all of Star Wars. I mean, we had C-3PO. And, regardless of what you think about it, with like Rise of Skywalker, that was a really cool thing that C-3PO basically had to be, junked and rebooted just to be able to read a Sith holocron and to read the message from it, so that they could hear it. That was really cool, and that also got us Bobby Frick for the first time. So that was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but definitely that was a great scene where he's down in the sitting with the Bobby Frick people. That was, he's having to be hunched over, and he's like, "Do you guys speak Huttese? Can't understand what you're saying." And the Grief just
On the outside translating.
Yeah, sticking his head down in the hole.
Yeah.
He's saying this. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, seeing Big O Mando sitting in that little small space was hilarious.
I did also want to add that I thought that the pirates, when they were on the planet and they were, saying that the school was still the bar and they still wanted to go in there and they were just having a standoff, and just how well done their makeup was, and just how well done all of them were. They looked so, especially the lead guy that he sent back. I forget what his name was, but he looked so incredibly good. That was just like his natural face. Like it wasn't like an actor in that.
Yeah.
It looked incredible.
Remind me a lot of the makeup effects from Fifth Element.
Yes.
It looked very similar to that.
That's what that was.
Yeah, exactly. The Zorg?
Yeah.
Am I thinking of
the character? I think his name
Lightyear?
was it Vane? Vane was the alien's name, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Let's see. I got IMDb pulled up while I'm here. We'll do some while you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. The pirates. There's no way they're going to just drop those guys in there and not have them come back. That would be really silly to introduce them and they go, oh my God, look at that awesome looking Star Destroyer ship, and then not have it come back. So I fully expect to see those guys again. If it'll probably be one of those where it's later in the season and then they come back and they become an issue for Mando again.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to see them again.
The one question I came away with is when Mando is traveling to Navarro, he's going through hyperspace and he's asleep at the wheel.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the space whales.
Yeah. Grogu's looking out the window at what are those?
So, at the
Space
end of
whales?
Rebels, yes, they're space whales. They have a technical name, but they're space whales. But okay, at the end of Rebels, this whole thing, that whole scene, I Jess has her moments when Grogu comes on the screen and she's holding Grogu now. She squeals. I squeal when things connect in series. This connects Mando with Rebels. Because at the end of Rebels, those space whales were involved in the final scene to take down Thrawn.
Oh, okay.
They were involved in that. So they're putting those in this universe now. And granted, I am probably overgeneralizing this a bit, but they're putting those in this universe now to connect it with Ahsoka. Because Ahsoka, we're going to have Sabine. So this is going to be our formal connection. Because the thing is
Gotcha.
there's a character, and you need to go watch Rebels if you haven't watched it. But there's a character two characters in Rebels that just left, and we don't know where they are. That involve these space whales. So there's a possibility those space whales could be the ones that were actually involved with that, because we have no idea how long they live. But they live in hyperspace lanes.
That's yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife and son was asking, like, what is that? I was like, I'm assuming they're just hyperspace creatures. That's what I figured from my years of sci-fi watching.
Yeah, if you want to catch up on it, you just basically just watch the last season of Rebels.
Okay.
I have a feeling now that they've introduced them in Mando, we're going to see them in Ahsoka. I wasn't sure how they were going to do that, but that gives me a lot more hope that we're going to see Ezra, that we're going to see, obviously we're going to see Thrawn. It's going to be a big deal, but they may just like suddenly appear. It may just be that Thrawn hasn't been causing trouble. It may be that he came back because of these, space whales potentially.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, they left a lot of plot devices in Rebels that could be used for this. So, yeah, it's going to be super interesting.
Cool. Well, I haven't seen Rebels, so I wasn't sure. All right. Well, you guys, anything else on Mandalorian?
I'm just really excited that it's started back up, that it's here again, and
the baby.
it just seeing Mando fall into more of that father figure.
Yep.
That father persona where it involves him is just, especially with the spinning chair, he stops the spinning. It's like, okay, it's enough. That's enough. I mean, it's like as parents, we've had those moments,
Yep.
kids spinning around the chair too much. Okay, time to stop. The kid's acting up. I'm sorry, he's young. And he's grabbing and squeezing, and he just wants a pet. That's all. He just wants this cute little pet, and he has to no, stop doing that. No, I'm sorry, he's young, and even the in the season, well, not in the series, it's episode where they're flying, and he's telling him about basically it's like you don't have to know how to fight. Not only do you not have to know how to fight, but you have to navigate through the galaxy. So it's like he's telling him what all the controls do on the ship, as we would, if we were talking about, teaching our kids about a vehicle and what's all involved in driving a vehicle. So these were just, touching little moments in this first episode. And it was one of the things that
they
really
doubled down on the
dad
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. They doubled down on the dad stuff. Like double down.
And it's winning.
Seriously.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's winning.
And it's so cute to see his little Beskar chainmail armor underneath his little clothes. It's so cute. And his little teethies. He's got little teethies. and I love when they're leaving Navarro and he's waving at his little window, bye-bye. Sorry, y'all.
No.
I just turn into this big puddle of just mush, and I can't help it.
It's a sight to behold when she sees all these scenes for the first time.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's very fun to be with her during this episode, during this show.
Which is why I enjoyed getting the clip. I saw the clip of him in the chair prior to the episode, and I was really, it touched my heart, and I was really excited. And I thought, man, I should have waited. I should have waited to watch that when the episode dropped. But still, I mean, it was still just as precious as it was the first time I saw it. So Mando's on a quest to redeem himself. My question now is that his mission with Grogu, his task is over for the most part. Are we ever going to see his other members of his species? Are we going to find out any more about them?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nope. I think they're going to keep it mysterious. Honestly, I swear, my going theory is that his species, they're like Cabbage Patch Kids. They just pop up in random locations in the galaxy, and they just happen to get harvested, and it's just like a random one, and they're like a well in the force or something, and that they're all force sensitive, like all of his species are force sensitive. And I am obviously joking, but half serious about that, because it's I think that has something to do with it, where they're not all on one planet. They appear in different areas. So I mean, and that would make sense why there are visuals of Yoda potentially being a dark Jedi or like a Sith at some point. It could happen. It just depends on where their influence is. So
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Grogu's probably going to wind up. He obviously still uses his Force powers. He was using them to grab a space M&M in this episode. And to spin the chair and all the stuff. He's using them for. I mean, if you go with the established Star Wars dogma of Jedi and Sith, he's using his powers selfishly.
Yeah,
he's not using them for defense. He's using them just for whatever. So yeah, there's odds are we're going to see him go down a gray or a dark Jedi path.
The gray. I'd say that'd probably would be a good way to do it.
In the trailer, and of course trailers are cut a certain way, but I think there is the possibility this season of him using that, in defense too, because there's some kind of creature. I saw the brief snip from the trailer where he's in some type of a cave and this thing jumps out. And the next thing you see this thing shoot across and he comes out in the print, he's coming out afterwards. So he took this sucker and chucked him somewhere. So we're going to get to see him use those powers in that way defensively and aggressively, I think, at some point this season.
I was fully expecting him to communicate with the Force, the space whales, because they can be Force sensitive as well. I was fully expecting him to be trying to communicate with them, since he's done with Luke in the past. So I think obviously we're going to see. The cool thing about having Grogu and Mando is Mando, we kind of have an idea what's going on.
Mhm.
You know, he's going to go and try to go into the mines and try to find the water. We're pretty sure that stuff exists. He's going to go find it on his own. But Grogu's the wild card.
Yep.
We don't
Right.
know what's going to happen with him. He's the wild card in this scenario. You know, they'll either use him as a plot device for like what you're talking about, Jess, where he gets attacked by a creature just to forward the story, or he has his own arc. But so far, other than him just kind of being part of the story to push the story forward, he hasn't had a whole lot of just his stuff, like just his story. It's always been interwoven tightly with Mando's. So it'll be interesting this season if we can actually get a little more like massive forward momentum out of Grogu's storyline as well.
And also, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the trailer also, didn't it indicate that there's going to be some type of a story or a flashback to Order 66, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I saw snippets of that too in the trailer. So, yeah.
Yep.
And we know that, he was present when that went down. So, yeah.
Yep. That's going to be huge.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you, Jess. I am like all about this season. You were super giddy. Like I said, you were super giddy about. I knew where you were going to be super giddy when I watched it. I was like, I bet Jess is squealing like a girl right now watching this. She's probably going crazy. And then I got to the space wells and I was like, oh my God, story stuff.
Yeah.
Well, awesome.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. We'll discuss Mando as the season goes along. Next time we join together, we'll have a couple of new episodes already behind us. So we'll chit chat. This is one of our loves. This show. So